Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the awards presentation for our 2021 GE-Reagan Foundation Scholars. We're excited that you're all able to join us tonight virtually, and I hope you've had a good retreat these last couple of days, and now we are at the closing event, the actual formal presentation of your awards. But before we dive into the program, I invite you to enjoy a beautiful rendition of the national anthem performed by our 2015 GE-Reagan Foundation Scholar, Mr. Braden Drevlo.
Hey everyone, my name is Braden Drevlo. I'm a scholar from the year 2015. I'm coming to you live from the Reagan Presidential Library up in the private quarters where I'm playing on Ronald Reagan's 9-foot Steinway grand piano. It's like playing a Lamborghini. This thing is top of the line. It's great to play. In fact, Roger Williams wrote in here, this is the finest piano in the world. On this finest piano in the world, I wanted to play the national anthem for you. I rewrote it, so I hope you enjoy it.
Well, thank you, Braden. As Braden pointed out, that is the Steinway that is located in the private quarters here at the Reagan Library. I'll just share a really brief story from one of our previous scholars retreats. So back in 2015, when Braden was awarded his scholarship, we were wrapping up this night, so the award ceremony, which typically takes place under the wings of Air Force One, hence my Air Force One background tonight. But as the scholars were getting ready to say farewell and we were saying goodbye to the scholars and their families, we went out to the bus, which was going to take all the scholars back to the hotel, and discovered that the bus had a flat tire and would not be able to make it. So while we called and were trying to wait for another bus, which was going to take about an hour to get up the hill, Braden offered to play an impromptu concert for us. And so that is one of my very favorite memories from the history of this program. So we look forward to hopefully having everybody out here nice and soon, and we'll definitely show you that space. So however we find you this evening, we hope you're safe, we hope you're healthy, and we thank you for joining us and doing what we can to make the best of the unique circumstances of these past 15 months. We hope you've had a great last couple of days of the Scholars Retreat, and I know I speak for my colleagues in saying that as we recognize you tonight, Zoom is not the ideal way to do that. But we're optimistic because we come from the Reagan Foundation and the Reagan Library, and President Reagan was an optimist. In fact, I'm going to tell you a joke that he used to like to tell that described his feelings about optimism. So there was a family and they had these two boys, and the boys were very different. One of them, no matter what happened to him, was always positive about it. And the other one, no matter what happened to him, was always negative about it. And they thought, wow, there's something wrong with both of our boys. It can't possibly always be in the same mindset, right? You got to be able to be flexible. So they talked to a psychologist and he said, I have just the thing. I have an experiment and it's going to help fix your boys. So they said, great. So the next day they take their two boys to the psychiatrist's office, and he takes the first one, the one who's always negative, and he opens up a room and he says, listen, I want you to go in here. Everything in this room is for you. So in this room, they place the young man, and he walks in, and it's filled with every game and video game and television and electronics and fun thing that you could possibly imagine a little kid enjoying. they said, enjoy, everything's here for you. And the next room they walked into with the kid who was always positive, and they opened the door, and it was filled with nothing but horse manure. And they said to the young man, here you go, this room, everything in it is for you. So they went away for an hour, and they came back, and the psychologist said, all right, well, we're going to see, surely this will work, and your boys will be fine now. So they walk in, and the first boy is sitting in the room, in the middle of all these toys and electronics and everything that a kid could want. And he's crying his eyes out. He hasn't touched a thing. And they ask him, they say, what's wrong? And he goes, well, I just know I'm not going to enjoy playing these games after a while, and the electronics will break, and there'll be new toys that are even more fun. So why even start? And they kind of look at each other, and I go, well, I guess that didn't work. Then they walk into the next room, and they're like, there's no way this one didn't work. They walk in, they open the door, and there, up to his knees in manure, with the biggest smile on his face that you ever saw, this young man is hopping around with a big old smile. They look at him and they say, well, why are you so happy? And he said, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. So that story, that ability to find optimism and hope in even the most dire of circumstances certainly explains the state of the world the last year or so. And one of the reasons why we have hope here at the Reagan Foundation and our partners at GE is because we are able to work with some of the finest students in the country in the form of all of you, all of our recipients tonight, 10 of you who have been selected from more than 19,000 applicants. And when we look at you and we look at what you've done just so far up through high school, we know that there's a bright future ahead indeed. So when it became clear that we'd be unable to host our annual in-person scholars retreat this year, again, due to the coronavirus, we have to plan these things far in advance, and we were uncertain, so we made the call to do it virtually. We knew we had to find a way to honor you online. It's not lost on us that as high school seniors, you probably lost a lot of traditions and memories that you might normally have had in a more traditional and non-pandemic world. And so we certainly, though we can't make up for all that's been lost, we wanted to ensure that you were recognized tonight for your tremendous accomplishments. So to help us commemorate tonight's ceremony, we encourage you to snap a photo and watch and tag @ReaganEDU on Instagram. So first, I want to welcome a few people who are joining us in the audience tonight. Certainly, I want to welcome our 2021 GE-Reagan Foundation Scholars. Welcome to you, and thanks for coming and being a part of our activities the last couple of days. For those of you who are joined by your family members, your friends, your teachers, counselors, and anybody else who might be here supporting you tonight, we welcome those who are supporting you. We want to welcome the nominators, the folks who nominated. And of course, we want to welcome our current scholars as well. I also think it's important to make some thanks. So first of all, I want to thank the members of the selection committee, the folks who waded through quite a few nominations and essays and looked at your various records of leadership and community service and volunteering. So I want to thank my fellow members of the scholarship selection committee, including from the foundation, our executive director, John Hybush, one of our trustees, Michael Castine, formerly from GE, Mr. Alex Dmitrieff and Gary Sheffer, who you heard from yesterday, Mo Cowan, Tony Denhart, one of our biggest supporters, and you've seen him throughout this retreat. And then, of course, Reed Dworkin. So thank you to all the selection committee members. I also want to thank our other guests who are joining us tonight to watch this program and who have been a part of the retreat. So Joanne Drake, Chief Administrative Officer here at the Foundation, Carol Kuhn-Waller, who joined us yesterday to share her recollections from the Reagan administration, some of our speakers from the last couple of days, Raina Kadavel, Kathleen Schwind, and of course, Catherine Scheid. And of course, I also want to thank our returning GE-Reagan scholars. That's one of the big positives of this virtual event, is that our returning and scholarship alums can come by and support you. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the incredible efforts of our staff who worked hard for many, many months to put all the aspects of this program together. So thank you to our staff here on the back end who's making everything work. Our mission in education is to cultivate the next generation of citizen leaders, young people whose passion, commitment, and service at their schools and in their communities inspires others and makes the world a better place. President Reagan would have been very impressed by the leadership and the initiative and the service and the integrity that all of you have shown to make yourselves qualify for this scholarship. The GE-Reagan Foundation Scholarship Program recognizes high school seniors across the country who've demonstrated exactly that: exceptional leadership, incredible drive, remarkable integrity, and citizenship where they're involved in campus and in their community, and often around the world as well, with up to $40,000 in college scholarships. And I've said this already tonight, but it bears repeating. The 10 of you were selected among nearly 19,000 candidates. That means for every student who applied, they had 5/100ths of a chance of receiving this scholarship. Those of you who are here tonight beat those incredible odds. So let that sink in. I know your family must be very proud of you, and we certainly are as well. What's more, you're joining a network of now 195 students and young professionals globally who bear the distinction of GE-Reagan Foundation Scholar and are like-minded in their commitment to leadership and service. Here's a glimpse of the network each of you is joining. Let's watch.
We need you. We need your youth. We need your strength. We need your idealism to help us make right that which is wrong.
Honoring the legacy of President Ronald Reagan, the GE-Reagan Foundation Scholarship Program supports the next generation of citizen leaders with $40,000 college scholarships. The program celebrates not only Ronald Reagan the president, but also Ronald Reagan the man, including his humble roots and his formative years at General Electric. Well before he became the 40th President of the United States, Ronald Reagan was host of GE Theater and traveled the country meeting with GE employees, listening to the concerns of America's working class. President Reagan's character and service made him one of the most inspiring leaders in our nation. Likewise, GE-Reagan Foundation scholars dedicate their lives to leading and serving others. Each year, GE-Reagan Foundation scholars stand out among thousands of candidates nationwide for their leadership, drive, integrity, and citizenship. Scholars are optimistic and inclusive leaders. They have an it-can-be-done persistence and are not deterred by life's challenges. They possess the unique combination of self-confidence and humility that define President Reagan's leadership. Scholars are driven by a sense of civic commitment and pride to actively engage in their communities and effect positive change. GE-Reagan Foundation scholars join an elite network of student leaders from across the country, growing as leaders and serving their communities. Together, the recipients of the GE-Reagan Foundation Scholarship will be a significant force as our nation tackles the problems of tomorrow. So over the course of the last 2 days, you've heard from a number of our current GE-Reagan Foundation scholars. And tonight we wanted to bring in one more scholar who last year sat where you're sitting tonight on the other side of your computer screen. So please welcome from Chadron State College 2020 scholar, Creighton Harrington. Welcome, Creighton. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Creighton Harrington, and I am an incoming sophomore at Chadron State College, which is a smaller college in Northwest Nebraska. I'm originally from a town of around 900 people in rural Nebraska, and I am a pre-med major with a human biology major and a nutrition minor. So I was really humbled when Aaron asked me to speak to you guys, because I remember so vividly my experience from last year sitting in your seats. This scholarship is a life-changing event, and it just really opens a lot of doors for you that you never would have came across had you not received this scholarship. Now, I still vividly remember all the different stages. You go from a semifinalist to a finalist to an interview, and then that final email. And I can still remember the pure euphoria when I opened that email and saw that I was chosen as a GE-Reagan scholar. So I just really want to emphasize again how elite you guys are. You guys were chosen 10 out of 19,000, which, if you do the percentage, is 0.00053%. So that really shows how special you guys are, how motivated, and how much of an impact you guys are making on your communities. I had the chance to read a little bit of your bios, and it's just so inspiring to see the next generation coming in and how much you guys have already accomplished. So Aaron wanted me to share just a little bit of my freshman year experience. So I chose to go over 4 lessons that I learned the hard way. My first one is your college schedule might not look so busy, because I'm assuming most of you were very involved in high school and had very hectic schedules, but do not underestimate your college class load. I remember that, I saw I only had class Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 hour each class. And I was like, I'm going to have all this free time. I can join all these clubs, do all these experiences, but your college classes are a whole different story. So my number one piece of advice is to take that first or even the first 2 weeks of college to really kind of see what your schedule looks like, especially if you're doing sports too, or you're already committed to other things, really see what this new schedule looks like before you start committing yourself to all these different extracurriculars or social experiences, because you really do not want to overwhelm yourself, especially with college classes. And with that, also to take advantage of any opportunity to get to know your professors, upperclassmen, and advisors to help you navigate those college classes and really help you succeed in them. My next point, I know you guys are all high achievers as you're here and GE-Reagan scholars. And I know you'll want to take advantage of every college opportunity as you did in high school, but it's really important to hone in on your priorities in college with all of the different things you have going on with your classes, major, career opportunities. You cannot take part in everything, so you will have to prioritize more and unfortunately say no. So I really had to learn better how to say no this last year and, do all I could for everyone else, but also do what was best for me. So I, could give it my all to the things that I'd already committed to. And then with that, I do want to say, take advantage of new opportunities to learn, new interests, hobbies, and people, because that's all what, college is about. I had told Aaron before that one Thursday, I think it was in January, I went to this cycling class. I didn't have anything going on, and I ended up going every Tuesday, Thursday after, because I realized how much I loved it. And it was just something I never would have thought I would have been doing all the time. So really, hone in, but branch out as well. My next point is to not be so hard on yourself. This is a huge transition, especially with COVID. And with all the pressure and standards, it can feel like a lot. So take time to appreciate all you have done to get to this point. You will get burnt out. You will struggle with, trying to figure out your whole new environment, all your different friends, all your different acquaintances. But in these times, it is so important to reflect on all that you have done instead of what you have not done. I remember all the times I was like, what am I doing? With my classes, my friends, and it just felt like so much, but just, kind of calming yourself down and remembering, why you chose these things in the first place really helps you get through those tough times. And also with that, you cannot control COVID altering your college experience, but you can make the most of it. Last year, my freshman year was definitely a lot different than most people's first year college experiences, but I still had so much fun. It was still such an exciting time. So COVID cannot, control completely this time for you. And my last point is you will doubt your decisions, whether it's your college choice, your major, your friends, your interests. It's a whole different time in your life. And it's a huge decision. So I think I really, I thought I chose this. I'm happy now, but you will think about the what ifs, especially if you were in between two things. But in those times, it's just really important to stay true to yourself and trust in your prior choices. And I promise in the end, it will all work out like it should. So yeah, just really rely on other people, because like I said, I thought I was the only one that was doubting myself. But if you talk to anyone, I guarantee you are not the only one. And, talking to those people will help you gain more exposure and really figure out where you're meant to be. And my last point with that is to limit your time on social media, with seeing everyone else's experiences and really focus on your experience and the relationships and experiences that you're having. So yeah, I guess that was my tips. But the thing about being a GE-Reagan scholar is every year after, you will get to meet a whole new bunch of extremely talented and inspiring individuals, that you never would have met, that are at completely different colleges, completely different states. And that I just think is so cool about the Reagan community. And I also so appreciate the fact that you're joining a new community that continually pushes you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. You have completely new people that are in your corner and are pushing you to succeed and want the best for you. And that is so nice to have when you're in college and in your future. So to end my talk, I just wanted to end with a Ronald Reagan quote that is my favorite and I stay true to during college, which is the greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He is the one who gets the people to do the greatest things. I think this is so important to remember as, in college, a lot of the emphasis kind of seems like what's best for you, for your future going forward, but it's not all about what you do, and your impact is not just about the things you accomplish. It's also about everyone else that you impact as well. So thank you and congratulations, 2021 scholars. You should be so proud of yourselves, and I hope you enjoy this presentation.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Creighton. That was wonderful. And thank you for those inspiring words and sharing your story. We're very proud of you, and we're proud of the way that all the scholars have navigated the unusual circumstances the last year. In fact, I know for the virtual retreat, just the last couple of days, we've had some of our current group of scholars who are driving from town to town or location to location or battling through a storm to be a part of it. It's that sort of drive that really helps us recognize and remember why we chose you as recipients. So 2021 scholars, tonight it's our privilege to celebrate you and to formally bestow upon you the distinction of GE-Reagan Foundation Scholar. And to help us do just that, I am pleased to introduce the Executive Director of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute, one of the architects of this program back from the very inception, Mr. John Heybusch. So John, welcome and thank you. Oh, John, are you there? Oh, there you are, John. Oh. Welcome. I welcome Executive Director, Mr. John Heybusch.
Thanks, Tony, very much. And it is just, it's terrific to be with this next class of scholars. Thank you, Tony. Thanks to Erin Korsfall, who I'm sure each of our scholars this afternoon have met in the process. She's really the heart and soul of the GE-Reagan Scholarship Program. So, and I cannot have a talk like this without also saying thanks to General Electric. My friends at GE that helped create this program, Gary Sheffer, Alex Dimitrieff, Tony Denhart, these guys are the reason that you scholars are benefiting tonight. Without GE's help, without Ronald Reagan's involvement with GE, this program simply wouldn't exist. And so a great team of people have helped to make these scholarships available to you. And I hope someday, even knowing this is a COVID year and everyone's scattered to the four winds, I hope one day that you meet our friends from GE to thank them directly. And I hope you meet Erin as well. You know, this past year for all 10 of you, I'm sure has been somewhat of a good news, bad news story, right? I know on the bad news front, you don't have to hear it one more time. You lived through it. You have had to spend your senior year, I'm sure most all of you, if not all of you, in some sort of isolation as a result of this worldwide pandemic. I know that was probably not a lot of fun, particularly during your senior year. My own son, who's a rising senior right now, much like you, spent 9, 10 months staring at a computer screen each day, rather than engaged in a live in-person classroom. Pretty tough. But I'd say the good news of this past year, certainly for each and every one of the 10 of you, is that you were smart enough, worked hard enough, were hungry enough to go in search of scholarship programs like this and do your level best to reach to the top, which each one of you have done. I won't go through the math again, as my friends have done on this program, but you're in an infinitesimally small group of people that have made it to the top. So congratulations. Often I've had GE-Reagan scholars in the past ask me, what was it about me? Why was I picked? And, this year, I think my answer to that question, if each of the 10 of you might have it, what made me stand out, is I'm not going to give you an answer to that. I would like, in my heart of hearts, I hope that you are able to answer that question by going to the books and learning something about Ronald Reagan. I think if you would spend the time to try to get to know the namesake, the person that this scholarship is named after, who probably his name did not cross your path as a student before. I mean, this president was in and out of office before you were even born. And so there's not some expectation that you would be an expert at this point in your life about Ronald Reagan, but I really do invite you to go learn something about him. And I think if you take the trouble to do that, you will determine, you'll know for yourself what it is about you that had us zero in on you as someone that we can identify with our namesake. There's a little bit of Ronald Reagan in each one of you, and that's a really good thing as you go through life for you to remember that. But I hope you can discover that in some respects on your own. You are, I'm sure, dead tired of talking heads talking to you through a Zoom channel. And I'm really sorry that we're not able to have an in-person program this year, which makes the experience something really special. Some of you hope, like my son, graduating from his junior year, perhaps you had the chance to actually have an in-person, on-stage, live experience for a graduation ceremony. And if you did, or even if you had to sit through a virtual one for your own school, as you all know, you were probably treated like every class since time immemorial to an experience where some graduation speaker, a keynote speaker, tried to impart some wisdom on how to live your life, what you can expect to see in life in the future. And here's mine. When I was entering my freshman year in college, I read a lot of philosophers, and one of them was a fellow that you might have run across in your own studies, Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he was, a founder, a philosopher, a writer who led something called the Transcendentalist movement in the early 1800s. And he said something that I'll never forget, and that I've tried to live my own life by. And Emerson advised us all to, quote, always do what you're afraid to do. I'll say it again, always do what you're afraid to do. I remember reading that and I wrote it down. And the way I took that quote, it was all about try things that you're not good at. Always reach for something that you might even be embarrassed at if you might fail someday. But I think that those of us who strive to do the things we're deathly afraid of doing, that we might fail at, oftentimes I think that's what allows us to grow as people and to conquer challenges most of us would never even dream would be possible. So if you do if you try to always challenge yourself and do those things that scare you, you'll never regret it. At least I never did. The last thing I'll leave with you is I hope that you stay connected to us. We're just faces on a computer screen right now, but Aaron Corsfall and we at GE and at the Reagan Foundation hope that all of our scholars can become and remain part of a community of people that stay connected together because we have something in common. My dream 20 years from now is that at that point we will have as many as 500 GE-Reagan scholars, and I would like nothing more but to rent an auditorium and pull at that time all of the GE-Reagan scholars together. And my hope is that between now and then, you as a community, as in your fellow scholars, would stay in touch with one another, grow and learn from one another, help one another, really form a community of like-minded people that succeed and do great things for this world, just as Ronald Reagan would hope that you do. So with that, my time is up and I'll turn it back to you, Tony. But again, congratulations to such a terrific group of people. You should be so proud of yourselves. And hope to see you sometime in the future.
Excellent. Thank you so much, John, for those inspiring words. Anytime you can reference transcendentalism, I think it's a positive. Now it's time for us to properly recognize our scholars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read your achievements. We're going to call you up to the virtual stage. We'll ask that a family member who is present with you pin on the official Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation and Institute pin you should have received in the mail. I'm wearing mine right here very proudly. Then we're going to take an individual photograph. Whitney is on our team here. She's working from behind the scenes. She will direct this process. So let's see here. We will get started. And first up, we're going to invite Mr. Edward Adams up to the stage. So inspired by his heritage, Edward founded a Native American club at school, which serves to celebrate Native American culture and contributions to society. He founded the Education Action for Native Americans, a nonprofit that has raised $10,000 for Native pre-college education. In addition, Edward is passionate about addressing constitutional violations within the federal criminal justice system. Through his own research, he advocates for positive reforms. He serves as a captain of the debate team and is a nationally ranked debater on the USA National Development Team. He is captain of his school's golf team, as well as an accomplished inventor. He currently holds 2 patents. From Minneapolis, Minnesota, Edward will attend Stanford University in the fall. Congratulations, Edward. Congratulations, Edward. And who do you have putting the pin on for you tonight?
Thank you so much. I have my father, also Edward Adams.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Welcome, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for this great honor.
Thank you so much. It is truly, I'm a debater, so I normally know what to say, but I don't have any words for this. It's truly an immeasurable honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and then once the pin is done, Edward, either if you want your father to join you in the photo or we'll take a photo of just you.
Just you. Just you.
All right.
My parents' favorite president was Ronald Reagan, so they would be so elated. You couldn't even believe it. And mine.
Wonderful. All right, on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1, click. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, Edward.
Thank you so much.
All righty. Next up, we have a local student, pretty close here to the library, Pedro Calderon. To Pedro, consistency, achievement, and resiliency are the values that guide his life, and his strong work ethic was instilled in him by his parents. Also honoring his heritage, Pedro has volunteered hundreds of hours with the League of United Latin American Citizens and founded Project Islas Unidas, which aims to support English language learners. A math and science prodigy, Pedro served as president of the Robotics Club and founder and president of his school's STEM club, and earned first place in the nation for his civil structures project. Marrying these two passions, Pedro offered resources on career exploration, college financial aid, and STEM education to English language learners. An athlete, Pedro was captain of the soccer, track and field, and cross-country teams. From right here in Oxnard, California, Pedro will attend the University of California, Los Angeles. Well done, Pedro.
Hi, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, congratulations, Pedro. And who do you have giving you your pin?
Unfortunately, both of my parents are working, so I'm actually by myself.
You're gonna pin yourself. Okay, well, we'll do it in honor of your parents. Oh, excellent. Looks good.
All right, and then I'm gonna have you hold for a couple seconds after I say 3, just so I can make sure the team captures your photo. So 3, 2, 1, click. All right, thank you, Pedro.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations, Pedro. Alrighty, our next recipient this evening is it? She has a first name that we very much enjoy here at the Reagan Foundation. It's Reagan Delancey. So growing up riding horses and ranching in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Reagan knows the value of hard work. One of her core values is dedication, demonstrated by the countless hours she has invested serving the future farmers of America and 4-H. She is president of both organizations, a 13-time state fair champion in horse show events, a 25-time Laramie County Fair champion in horse show events, and she also served as student director for both the Cheyenne and Wyoming State Junior Rodeo Association, was a 3-time Wyoming High School Rodeo Top 10 goat tire, and a National Junior High Finals Rodeo qualifier. In addition to working part-time, she serves numerous community organizations, including Black Dog Animal Rescue and Cheyenne Frontier Days. Reagan will attend the University of Wyoming this fall. So congratulations to Reagan. Reagan, are you able to join us on screen? There's Reagan.
Hi.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely, our pleasure. Ronald Reagan, as you may know, was a big fan of horses as well. And the library is a big fan of goats. They provide breaks around the fire season. So it's some of your past activities were very well connected. So as I understand it, you're going to pin yourself this evening too. Is that correct?
Yes, I am not in Wyoming, or I'm not in Cheyenne right now. I'm on an FFA trip, so.
Excellent. Okay, well, go ahead. There you go. You got your pin.
All right, and we'll have you just smile for a couple seconds so the team can take your photos. So 3, 2, 1, click. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, Reagan.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Banan Garada. Dedication, empathy, and inclusion drive Banan in her leadership and service. A future physician, Banan was the youngest participant in the Healthcare Careers Program and served as a researcher for prestigious institutions here and abroad. She was one of 7 students selected for the Federal Emergency Management Agency National Youth Preparedness Council, where she was invited to speak to the First Lady of the United States regarding council accomplishments and met the FEMA director. In her advocacy for emergency preparedness, she produced a children's book promoting awareness and safety during the pandemic. Among numerous activities and service roles, she was co-president of the Interact Club, class representative for the Student Senate, founder of the STEM Club, co-president of the Math Club. From Urbana, Illinois, Benan will attend the University of California, Los Angeles this fall. That's 2 Bruins so far. Best of luck, Benan.
Hello, everyone. So my parents are here in spirit and in photograph. My youngest sister will do the greatest honors of pinning me.
And what's your sister's name?
What's your name?
Nadine.
Nadine? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, Nadine, we're excited to have you join us tonight. Thank you so much for helping us bestow this pin on your sister.
A future GE-Reagan scholar herself, right?
There we go. There we go.
Okay, Nadine, are you ready to pin me? Just right here.
Hmm?
Yeah. Okay. Some teamwork going on.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That's what they say.
Exactly. Like this.
I think that was Emerson too.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So good.
Looks wonderful. Great job, Nadine.
Thanks.
All right, and on the count of 3, we will do a photo. 3. Oh,
Okay. Can we have my sister in
yes.
it too?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
all right. 3, 2, 1, click. All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, congratulations again, and very nice to meet you, Nadine. Next up, we have Kylie Conine. Kylie's family dairy farm has inspired her work ethic and values. She has held leadership roles all 4 years of high school with 4-H, the California Junior Holstein Association, the California Junior Jersey Cattle Association, Holstein Association USA, and the American Jersey Cattle Association. At the age of 9, Kylie founded Aspire Livestock, through which she breeds and raises competitive dairy cattle, beef, swine, goats, and rabbits to sell to the youth of San Diego County. At school, Kylie serves as editor of the student newspaper, senior class speaker for the National Honor Society, and is founder of her high school science fair program. An avid community volunteer, Kylie is employed by her family's dairy and is a caretaker for her grandmother. From Escondido, California, Kylie will attend the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Congratulations, Kylie.
Okay, now you guys can see me. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no, it looks great. And so do you have somebody pinning for you this evening?
Yes, my mom, Stacy Conine, is here.
Hello, how are you?
Hi. We're actually at our county fair right now, so I took a step away from the craziness.
Oh my gosh.
So honored to have received the scholarship.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I think we're gonna take a picture now.
Yes, on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, click. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, congratulations again, Kylie.
Thank you.
All righty, next up we have Isaac Kuhn. Deeply influenced by his parents, Isaac holds integrity, faith, grit, and service among his most important values. He focuses on empathy and the unique needs of the Appalachian community where he lives. A tremendous athlete, Isaac was captain of the soccer and baseball teams, a varsity football player, a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and a representative for the FAC Sportsmanship Council. He's also a student council representative, a member of the National Honor Society, a member of Leo's Club and the Youth Leadership Association, maintaining a 4.0 GPA, sports, work, and helping his family. A 4-H counselor, Isaac is from Oak Hill, Ohio, and will attend Miami University of Ohio. Great job, Isaac.
All right, here we go.
How's it going, Isaac? Congratulations. And who do you have helping pin you this evening?
This is my dad, Philip Kuhn.
Great to be with you tonight.
Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. And thanks for helping us get this pin on Isaac. He's earned it.
Yeah, definitely an honor. Thank you. I don't know who's more proud, him or myself.
Thanks.
All right, and we will do a photo in 3, 2, 1, click. Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next awardee this evening is Tarun Kumar Marthaswaran. Curiosity, strong mentorship, and cultural awareness are the values that Tarun points to as having shaped his life. His passion lies in math and science, and he volunteers as a math coach for a middle school club that he led to first place in a statewide competition. Tarun founded Mission Math Utah, a nonprofit that has held 15 camps and competitions for more than 1,000 students and raised more than $35,000 for youth STEM education. He's been a research intern at the University of Utah and the Huntsman Cancer Institute, and served on the University of Utah Science Fair Student Advisory Board. Tarun was captain of the varsity tennis team and a senior class representative for student government. Recognized for his service to Sandy City Youth Court, Tarun hails from Draper, Utah, and will attend Stanford University. Excellent work, Tarun. That's 2 UCLA and 2 Stanford so far. We have a heavy Pac-10 contingent. I guess Pac-12 now.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you, and it looks like you brought some family members along. Why don't you introduce?
Yeah, my whole family's here. So.
Okay, excellent. So was mom, dad, and sister?
Yeah, my mom, dad, and sister are here.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to the entire family. And who's got the honors of pinning you?
Oh, thank you. And my mom's going to pin me.
Okay, good call. Good call.
Okay, got it.
Oh, excellent. Let's all crowd in for a photo.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
Count of 3, 3, 2, 1, click.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's nice to meet all of you.
Thank you.
Same here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Our next recipient is Brett Eugene Phelps. Brett has been an engaged citizen in his school, church, community, and Boy Scout troop. Citing the example of his mother and grandmother, Brett does not miss an opportunity to lead and serve. He was state editor-in-chief for the YMCA Kentucky Youth Assembly, president of the Key Club, director of communications for the Student Advisory Council, and a leader in the Beta Club. Brett was captain of the varsity bass fishing team and a member of the state and national archery team. He's also an actor and an award-winning pianist. We're gonna have to put together a concert group with all of our talented GE-Reagan musicians. An Eagle Scout, Brett well surpassed the required 23 merit badges to achieve the designation, earning more than 100 merit badges as a Scout. Ranked number 1 in his class, Brett volunteers for numerous community organizations, including his church, where he serves as an usher and sings in the choir. From Bardstown, Kentucky, Brett will attend Western Kentucky University. Congratulations, Brett. All right, Brett, and who do you have with you this evening?
Well, behind me, I have my younger brother, Luke Phelps. Next to me, I have Michael Phelps, my dad. And then pinning me, I have my mom, Cindy Phelps.
Oh, well, wonderful to meet the entire Phelps family. It's good to see you. And thanks for joining us tonight.
It's an honor.
Thank you.
I'll let you do the honors of pinning him.
All right, if everyone wants to squeeze in close, we will take the photo in 3, 2, 1, click. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to y'all. Excellent. Next up, Chandler Stevenson. Chandler is a triple threat: academics, arts, and athletics. He's a section leader in the marching band and principal flutist for his local youth symphony orchestra. As director of the fastest growing youth ensemble in his county, he uses his passion for music to inspire the performers and audience. Through 4-H, Chandler is president of his county club, where he earned 4-H'er of the Year, and is a senior board member for the state of Georgia. He's an award-winning debater and vice president of the Science National Honor Society, where he developed opportunities for students to engage in STEM education. Chandler hails from Johns Creek, Georgia, and will attend Brown University. Well done, Chandler.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we can see you and we can hear you great, Chandler. And who's joining you this evening?
Great. We have my mom, Donna Stevenson, on my left here, and my dad, Rodney Stevenson. Hello.
Excellent. Well, it's nice to meet you both. And who has the honors of pinning you tonight, Chandler?
Oh, my mom does.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, on the count of 3, we will take the photo. 3, 2, 1, click. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, congratulations. And it was nice to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well.
All right. Next up, we have Alexis Tran. Alexis has already founded not one, but 2 nonprofits. Through Team HBV, she collaborates closely with Stanford's Asian Liver Center to help fight the stigma, end transmission, and eliminate deaths associated with hepatitis B. Her second nonprofit, Period, has provided more than 3,000 care packages to homeless shelters and donated $3,000 worth of feminine products. She was a research intern for Stanford Institute of Medicine, UCSF's Benioff Children's Hospital, Oakland Research Institute, and the Summer Science Program, and was an intern scholar for the MIT Online Science, Technology, and Engineering Community Program. She has served as president of Mu Alpha Theta, her school's honors math club, for the past 4 years, and vice president of the National Honor Society and the California Scholarship Federation. From Morgan Hill, California, Alexis will join Edward and Tarun at Stanford University. Fantastic job, and congratulations, Alexis.
Thank you. I just want to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation for this amazing opportunity, and thank the GE-Reagan Foundation for this generous scholarship to further my academic and leadership goals. And I have my mom here to pin me. So.
Excellent. Well, go ahead and do the honors. Congratulations.
All right, wonderful. If you both want to be in the photo, go ahead and squeeze in tight together. And we'll take it in 3, 2, 1, click. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic. Congratulations again. So that's it. Congratulations again. We had 10 scholars, 10 outstanding and remarkable young scholars who, as we've noted many times, survived a pandemic, extraordinary challenges during your senior years of high school, and yet still found ways to be remarkable leaders on campus and in their communities, found ways to contribute, found ways to lead, found ways to inspire others. It has truly been our honor to recognize you as a group and to get to know you these past couple of days during our virtual retreat here. We look forward to seeing you in person. I invite our 2021 scholars to sit tight. We're going to bring you back up to the virtual stage in just a minute to take a group photo and close out the scholars retreat. Other than that, guests, thank you so much for joining, for your support of this program, and for coming back, to all of our former scholars, to our remarkable staff who makes this event happen. Thank you, each and every one of you. And with that, that concludes our program this evening. So have a great night, everybody.